Welcome to our true-false quiz on the history of Japan. This quiz will take you through a journey of ancient traditions, samurai culture, technological advancements, and pivotal movements that have shaped Japan into the fascinating country it is today. Let's test your knowledge and uncover some intriguing facts about Japan's past. So if you're ready, here's our first question. The Yayoi period is known for the introduction of rice cultivation in Japan. True or false? Is that one true or false? It's actually true. The explanation is that the Yayoi period, which began around 300 BCE, marked a significant shift in Japanese society with the introduction of wet rice farming. The agricultural advancements led to the development of permanent settlements and the establishment of social structures. So how'd you do on that first one? Question number 2. Japan was completely isolated from the rest of the world until the 19th century. Is that true or false? Completely isolated. That one's false. While Japan did enter a period of self-imposed isolation called Saikoku during the Edo period, from the early 17th century to the mid-19th century, it was not completely isolated. Limited trade and diplomatic relations were maintained, particularly with China, Korea, and the Netherlands. All right, question 3. The samurai were considered the highest social class in ancient Japan. True or false? This is false. Explanation is that the samurai were indeed a highly respected class in Japan, known for their military skills and honor code, Bushido. However, the highest social class was the emperor and the nobility, who were above the samurai in the social hierarchy. How you doing so far? Question 4. Japan has never been successfully invaded by a foreign power. True or false? True or false? It's false. Japan has faced several attempted invasions, most notably the Mongol invasions in the 13th century. However, natural disasters, including the famous kamikaze divine wind typhoons, played a significant role in preventing the Mongol fleets from succeeding. Question 5. The Meiji Restoration was a period of significant modernization and westernization in Japan. True or false? Meiji. This is true. The Meiji Restoration began in 1868, marked a pivotal period and rapid modernization of Japan. It led to the transformation of Japan from a feudal society to a modern industrialized nation and established a centralized government. Question 6. How you guys doing so far? The Meiji was the first shogun of the Edo period. True or false? This one's true. Taikugawa Ieyasu was indeed the first shogun of the Edo period, establishing the Tokugawa shogunate after his victory at the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600. His rule ushered in a period of peace and stability that lasted over 250 years. Once we got all through that, it was worth it. Question 7. Japan's feudal system was abolished during the Edo period. True or false? Was the feudal system abolished? It's false. The feudal system in Japan was not abolished during the Edo period, but rather at the end of it, during the Meiji Restoration. The restoration led to a significant social, political, economic changes, including the dismantling of the feudal system. How we doing? Question 8. The cherry blossom, sakura, has been Japan's national flower since ancient times. True or false? This is true. The cherry blossoms, or sakura, holds profound cultural significance in Japan and has been celebrated in Japanese culture for centuries. It symbolizes the beauty and ephemeral nature of life and is deeply ingrained in the Japanese identity. Question 9. We only got 12, so we're getting there. Commodore Matthew Perry's expedition in 1853 led to the immediate opening of Japan to Western trade. True or false? Commander Matthew Perry's expedition. This is true. The Commodore Matthew Perry's arrival in Japan in 1853 with a fleet of American ships played a critical role in ending Japan's period of isolation. His expedition led to the signing of the Treaty of Kanagawa in 1854. Say that, Kanagawa, which opened Japan's trade with the United States and eventually other Western powers. I don't know why I chose to do Japan with all this pronunciation stuff. Here we go. Question 10. The Heian period is known as the golden age of classical Japanese culture and art. True or false? Heian. This is true. The Heian period, which lasted from 794 to 1185, is celebrated as the peak of classical Japanese culture and art. It was during this time that Japanese literature, poetry, notably the tale of the Genji, and art flourished, setting the foundation for much of Japan's cultural heritage. All right, we're close. 2 more questions. Japan's lost decade refers to a period of economic prosperity in the 1980s. True or false? Lost decade. This is false. Japan's lost decade refers to the 1990s and extended into the 2000s, when the country experienced a prolonged economic stagnation following the burst of the asset price bubble in early 1990s. It was characterized by low growth, deflation, and a banking crisis. Okay, last question. The Japanese archipelago is made up of 4 main islands. True or false? 4 main islands. This is true. The 4 main islands are Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku, which make up the majority of the land area. These islands are home to most of Japan's population and major cities. So how'd you guys do? How'd everybody do? Hey, sorry, I was focused on reading there. That was pretty hard. Yeah, that was certainly our most difficult pop quiz to date. No doubt.